You're sitting on your couch, heating's cranked to max, yet you can still feel that icy breeze sneaking across your ankles. Sound familiar? Here's the shocking truth. The average home loses up to 25% of its heat through drafts. That's like leaving a window open all winter and watching your money literally fly out the door. But today, I'm showing you 9 stupidly simple draft-proofing tricks that'll keep your home cozy and could cut your heating bills by hundreds. And the best part? Most of these cost less than a takeaway coffee. Let's stop the draft. So what exactly are drafts? They're those annoying gaps and cracks around your home that let cold air sneak in and warm air escape. Think of your house as a bucket with holes in it. You can keep filling it with hot air from your heating system, but if you don't plug those holes, you're fighting a losing battle. Today we're tackling this problem room by room with solutions that anyone can do. No special skills required, minimal tools needed, and most importantly, we're keeping this budget friendly. Grab your toolkit and let's get started. Method 1, windows, the letterbox leak. Let's start with windows because they're some of the biggest culprits. Even when your windows are closed, tiny gaps around the frame can let in serious cold air. Feel around your window frames on a windy day, and you'll probably feel the breeze. The fix? Self-adhesive foam strips or rubber seals. These are available at any hardware store for around 5 to 10 pounds per window. Clean the frame thoroughly, measure the gap, cut your foam strip to size, peel off the backing, and press firmly into place around the opening edge of the window. Make sure you're applying it to the frame, not the opening part of the window itself. When you close the window, it should compress the foam slightly, creating an airtight seal. This simple fix can reduce heat loss through your windows by up to 15%. One afternoon, multiple windows done, problem solved. Method 2, doors, the bottom line problem. Now let's talk doors. If you can see daylight under your door, you've got a problem. That gap at the bottom might as well be a welcome mat for cold air. The solution is a door sweep, brush strip, or threshold seal. For external doors, I recommend a proper brush strip or rubber seal that screws into the bottom of the door. Measure your door width, cut the strip to size, and screw it in place so the bristles just touch the floor when the door is closed. You want contact without creating too much resistance when opening and closing. For internal doors, a door snake or draft excluder works perfectly. You can even make one yourself with old fabric and rice or sand. Just roll it up and place it against the door when it's closed. This single fix can stop up to 10% of your home's heat loss. Not bad for 15 minutes of work. Method 3, keyholes and letterboxes. Here's something most people completely overlook. Keyholes and letterboxes. These little openings are direct tunnels from the outside straight into your home. The fix is embarrassingly simple. Keyhole covers cost about 2 pounds and take 30 seconds to install. You just screw or stick them over the keyhole, and they have a little swinging cover that keeps the draft out while still letting you use your key. For letterboxes, get a brush or flap seal that fits inside or behind the opening. Some of these are adhesive, others require a couple of screws. The bristles or flaps block the wind, but still let your post through. Total cost for both, under a tenner. Total time, 5 minutes. Small openings, big impact on comfort. Method 4, floorboards, the hidden enemy. If you have wooden floorboards, especially in older homes, you probably have gaps between the boards. These gaps are channels for cold air from below to rise up into your living space. Use an incense stick or a candle on a windy day, and you'll see the smoke being pulled into these gaps. So what's the fix? For small gaps, flexible decorators, caulk works brilliantly. Choose a color that matches your floor, run a bead along the gap, and then smooth it with a wet finger. It stays flexible, so your floorboards can still expand and contract naturally. For larger gaps, you've got options. The old school method is to twist newspaper into a rope, push it into the gap, then papier-mâché over the top before painting or varnishing. Or you can use rope caulk or expanding foam for bigger spaces. Don't forget where the floor meets the skirting board. This junction is often a major culprit. Run a bead of caulk along here too. Your feet will thank you for this one. Cold floors are officially canceled. Method 5, loft hatches, heat's escape route. Remember physics class? Heat rises, and where does it go? straight through your unsealed loft hatch into your attic, and from there, out of your house entirely. Most loft hatches are just a piece of board sitting in a frame with no seal whatsoever. The fix is simple. Self-adhesive foam strip around the hatch frame. Clean the frame, cut your foam strip to length, peel and stick it around the entire perimeter where the hatch sits when closed. When you close the hatch, it should compress the foam slightly. Bonus step, attach a piece of insulation board to the top of the hatch itself. This adds an extra layer of protection against heat loss. However, ensure you can still access your loft safely. Don't make it impossible to open. You're literally keeping money from floating away into your attic. Method 6. Chimneys, the forgotten flue. If you have a chimney that you don't use, congratulations. You've got a giant hole in your house specifically designed to let air flow freely. That's great when you have a fire burning. Not so great when you don't. An unsealed, unused chimney can account for up to 4% of your home's heat loss. The solution? A chimney balloon or chimney sheet. A chimney balloon is an inflatable device you push up into the flue and then inflate. A chimney sheet is literally a wool plug that fits snugly into the chimney opening. Both prevent drafts while still allowing a tiny amount of ventilation. Both are easy to install and remove if you ever want to use your fireplace again. However, only use these in completely unused chimneys. If you use your fireplace, even occasionally, you must remove these first. Never light a fire with a chimney balloon or sheet in place. Check if your chimney needs ventilation for safety reasons, especially if you have gas appliances. Method 7. Electrical outlets and switches. Here's one that surprises most people. Your electrical outlets and light switches, especially those on external walls, can be sources of cold air. Why? Because there are often gaps in the wall cavity behind them. Cold air from outside gets into the cavity and then seeps through the socket into your room. The solution is foam outlet insulators or gasket seals. Safety first. If you're not comfortable working with electrical fixtures, hire an electrician for this one. Always turn off the power at the breaker before touching any electrical outlet. These are foam pads that sit behind your outlet cover plate, creating an air seal. Turn off the power, unscrew the cover plate, place the foam gasket, and screw the plate back on. Focus on sockets and switches on external walls first, as these are where the problem is worst. This is particularly effective in older homes where the building wasn't sealed as well during construction. Method 8. Pipes and cable entry points. Wherever pipes, cables, or vents enter your home from outside, there's probably a gap that's bigger than it needs to be. These gaps are express lanes for cold air and, as a bonus problem, potential entry points for mice and insects. The fix depends on the size of the gap. For small gaps around pipes, use external grade sealant or caulk. Clean the area, apply the sealant around the pipe, and smooth it out. For larger gaps, expanding foam is your friend. Be careful though. This stuff expands a lot. Use low expansion foam and apply conservatively. You can always add more, but removing excess is a pain. Check under your kitchen sink where plumbing enters, behind your washing machine, where utility cables come in, and around external taps. You're not just keeping cold out, you're keeping pests out too. 2 problems solved. Method 9. Curtains and thermal blinds. Even with perfectly sealed windows, glass is still glass. It conducts cold. The final layer of defense is thermal curtains or honeycomb blinds. If you already have curtains, you can add thermal liners to the back. These work by creating an insulating air layer between the fabric and the window. They're available for 10 to 20 pounds and can be attached with curtain rings or sewn in. Here's the key. Your curtains need to actually seal the sides. If there's a big gap between the curtain and the wall, cold air will just flow around the edges. Either get curtains that are wider than your window or use curtain holdbacks or magnets to keep them close to the wall. Honeycomb or cellular blinds have air pockets built into them that provide excellent insulation. They're more expensive up front, but incredibly effective. The routine: close your curtains or blinds as soon as the sun goes down. This traps the day's warmth inside. Open them in the morning to let sunlight heat your room naturally. It's simple physics. Right, you've now got 9 weapons in your draft fighting arsenal. But where do you start? Here's my recommended priority order. Start with doors and windows. These are your biggest heat thieves. Then tackle your loft hatch if you have one. After that, move to floors, chimneys, and those sneaky gaps around pipes and cables. Finally, add your thermal curtains for that extra layer of protection. Pro tip: want to find drafts quickly? Use the candle test. On a windy day, close all your doors and windows and hold a lit candle near suspected draft spots. If the flame flickers or blows sideways, you've found your culprit. Best time to draft-proof? Right now, before winter properly hits. Don't wait until you're already freezing. Get ahead of the cold. When should you call a professional? If you've got significant structural gaps, damaged window frames, or if you're dealing with damp issues alongside drafts, get an expert in. Sometimes DIY has its limits. Common mistakes to avoid: don't seal your home so tightly that you block necessary ventilation. Rooms with gas appliances, boilers, and fireplaces need airflow for safety. Never block air vents or trickle vents on windows. These are there for a reason. Let's talk numbers. To draft-proof an average 3-bedroom home using all 9 methods, you're looking at roughly $100 to $200 in materials. That's it. Now for the good news, according to energy-saving estimates, proper draft-proofing can save you around $80 to $200 per year on heating bills, depending on your home size and how drafty it was to begin with. Some people see even bigger savings. That means your investment pays for itself in 1 to 2 years. After that, pure savings, year after year. Over 10 years, you could save over £1,000. That's a nice holiday, a new kitchen, or just extra money in your pocket. And here's the environmental win. By using less heating, you're reducing your carbon footprint. A properly draft-proofed home can cut carbon emissions by up to half a ton per year. You're not just saving money, you're helping the planet. Now I want to hear from you. Which room in your house is the draftiest? Is it the bedroom, the living room, or that one bathroom that's always freezing? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you specific advice for your situation. If you found this helpful, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss more money-saving home tips. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this next video on how to insulate your windows.